We're now going to move along and ask to hear something from David Falcon. Please welcome David.
Thank you very much, Danny. What a privilege it is to be here amongst this illustrious company. A couple of people have mentioned the Sydney Harbour Bridge tonight, and that's the subject of my poem. I was lucky enough to go on the bridge climb some years ago, and I think the thing that impressed me most was probably not the view, but the stories that I was hearing, and the picture that I was able to draw in my own mind of the workers and of the people that worked there long before occupational health and safety was an issue. Stories of boys that were told to go out there and paint that, and it took them until smoko to get out to where they were supposed to be working. The Harbour Bridge. The arch, the webbing, the pylon, the rattle of trains across the void, the dark grey paint of pure white lead, linseed oil and vegetable black protected the steel but poisoned the painters. The painters, the dogmen, the riggers, the iron workers, the holder-ups, boys whose job was to catch in a tin white-hot rivets thrown by the cookers, close by a bucket of water to plunge a foot when the molten slug shedded scales into an open boot. Nipper Anderson and Stan London at the end of the arch, bolting plates together with a spanner and a 6-foot pipe for leverage. Nipper, a champion diver, couldn't hold straight when he fell. His final dive floored when he hit the water on his back and broke his neck. Or Ned Kelly and Mo Moore, the hero with a certificate for rescuing a bloke who fell from a ferry to the quay. They said if ever they took the big dive, they'd straighten and pierce the water like a needle. When it happened, Kelly won the prize. They held Mo back as he strained to see. Ned resurfaced to collect a gold watch and a lifelong stutter, to die in his 80s in 1979. The void, the dizzying height, creeper cranes inching out on the unfinished arches, sickened men with fear as its vibrations rumbled through the steel, and they knew their lives depended on cables stitched into rock. Until at last, 10 o'clock one night, the steel's heat drawn at last by darkness, the arches locked on the bearing pin. Boats hooted from below, and on the foreshores residents ran into the streets, banging saucepans and spoons. Such was the relief of all. The void, the dizzying height. The two sides joined at last, the span bridging shores in one dolphin leap of steel. 19 belching locomotives rolled to the middle, proved the structure could take the weight. Icons of modernist certainty riding the taut bowstring of the bridge. The spandrels, the flanges, the web, the abutment. Instructions now from a bridge climb guide as we don grey overalls and safety cable for the ascent to the archer's crown. My near paralysed shuffle over the first catwalk, the suicidal view of the park below, steel anchored in space. The dogmen, the riggers, the holder-ups, the rivet boys, creeper cranes inching out on unfinished arches, the rattle of trains across the void, the dizzying height, the Harbour Bridge.
Thanks.